Yo, what is up, guys? We are back. How is everyone doing? We're doing a little bit of a studio tour today. Some people were asking me to do this, and the last one I did, I think, was a couple months ago, so here we are. Oh, there we go. I'm using a new camera to film this, but we got the green screen here, obviously. Then over here, this massive mess of wires is a bunch of networking stuff that I have going in there, as well as power coming from both of those outlets. That is just an extra monitor I have lying around, and this you may recognize from our first episode of Sonic and the Black Knight. This was actually the CRT that I played on during that live stream. Black and white CRT, about as big as my hand. But it's actually a karaoke machine. I live streamed playing Sonic and the Black Knight on this karaoke machine. And as you can see, I got my Ninja Sex Party album in there. But if we come over here, behind these two doors, is our entire recording setup. There we are there. And I recently went and redid all the wiring in here. That was a bit of a pain in the ass. But I went ahead and redid all the wiring in there. It still looks like a mess, but it's a lot better than it was. But that is our Xbox 360, Xbox One S, PS4 Slim, Wii, N64, our Wi-Fi router there. And then up top, we have our Nintendo Switch, all of our controllers, keyboard, mouse, computer, the member board, two monitors, our infrared thing for the Wii, and then our camera. Then we have our Kinect over here, which I can move right about where the keyboard is whenever I need to use it. Then up there is our microphone, and then up here is a bunch of various knickknacks that I just have lying about. But yeah, that's the entire recording setup. I have all of these consoles, including the Nintendo Switch, going to my Elgato, which you can't really see very well there, but the Elgato's right there. Actually, you know what? For some reason, the flash on this camera isn't working, but I'll just do this. There we go. Use the one on my phone. So yeah, there's my Elgato there. You can see I have all this wiring going around. That is, yeah, it's a lot of wiring, but we got everything hooked up, and everything looks somewhat neat. But yeah, so that's our entire recording setup, more or less. So we'll go ahead and close these here. And I don't leave all that plugged in when I'm not using it. The only thing that stays plugged in is our Wi-Fi. The rest of our recording setup is actually on this wire here. So whenever I'm using it, I just plug it in there. Then I have power to our recording setup. And then when I'm not using it, I just unplug it just for, any concerns of possible fires. Because you're really not supposed to be running all that shit in a closet. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. So then we come around here. And this is a project I'm currently working on. That is going to be our in-home NAS server, network attached storage, that will allow me to back up all of our files in the event of a drive failure. Now, this is not done yet. There's still a lot of stuff I need to work on with this, but I'm currently working on that. And you can see if I open this up, I do have one drive bay in here that I can pull the drive out. I'm planning on getting rid of some of these and installing some more drive bays. But that is a project I'm currently working on. When that's done, that's going to be very useful. And also, it doubles as a backup computer in the event that my main computer should go wrong. But then we come around to the other side of the green screen, and we have our 3 console boxes there. And then we come around here, and I actually have a makeshift bed in here. I don't always sleep in here. Usually if I'm staying up late working on something in the office, this is just like a nice little thing where, I'll just take a nap in here. But I don't always sleep in here. That's usually just whenever I'm working late on some YouTube projects. And I don't feel like going home, I'll just like crash here. This is actually a fold-out cot that you can fold up into a backpack and carry it with you. So it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but we make the use of it. And then over here, we got my rave jacket there, and then a painting that I painted a while back. And then this is actually a old like 1950s projector. And then those are just some jewelry and stuff that I have there. And then of course a phone charger. So that's pretty much the entire recording room here. And I'm pretty happy with it. I had to, for our lighting for the green screen, I'm just using the ceiling fan, and then I had to take, I took some cardboard here, and I kind of ripped it and clipped it on there, so that all of that lighting isn't shutting here, because without that cardboard there, I get too much light on the center of the green screen, and then the camera isn't able to differentiate what parts of it are green and what's not because of that light there. So my quick and cheap effective solution to that was just take a piece of cardboard and shove it up there. That'll work. Ideally, one of these days I'll get like some proper stage lighting, but for now, that seems to be working fine. So yeah, this is the entire recording setup, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it as it is right now. There is some stuff in here that I didn't show you guys, like the controller that I built for Shadow Black. That was actually, before I started recording, that was just sitting on top of here. I'm like, oh, let me move that real quick before I start recording. Because Shadow Black is not allowed to see that until he unboxes it. But yeah, so here is my recording room. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's a lot better than what we started out with. And yeah, that's about it, I think. I can't really think of anything else to, oh yeah, I forgot. I almost forgot. That cable there, going across, that actually allows me to send video signal from any of our consoles in here out to a TV that's out there. I have a 60-inch TV out there, so whenever I feel like sitting on the couch and playing some games on there, I can just use that cable and not have to move any of my recording stuff, which is very nice. But yeah, so that's pretty much the entire recording setup. Let me get our thing here. There we go. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Again, I'm very happy with how this came out. And, yeah, I'll be live streaming later today, if all goes well. I just wanted to do one of these because people had been asking. I guess I could say, if we look right here, that's a little HDMI splitter that lets me split what signals are going to the Elgato over there. And then this is actually a composite video splitter, which is hooked up to the Wii and then 64. And then both of those signals are going out into what is an upscaler back there, which converts it to HDMI and then puts it to the HDMI splitter. So if anybody's wondering how I have all of these consoles hooked up to my Elgato, that's pretty much how we did it. Even though those two consoles there don't even support HDMI natively, I just hooked them up to a splitter and then an upscaler, and then the upscaler to an HDMI splitter, which the rest of these consoles are on, and then that into the Elgato. And that's how that works. It's a little convoluted, but it's a lot more convenient than having to constantly unplug and replug things. But yeah, that's about it. So, thank all you guys for watching. And I will see all you guys hopefully later tonight for some live streams of some kind. But yeah, I'll see you guys there.